Now, at this point in time, nearly everybody knows who Rachel Zegler is if you guys have been caught up with everything that has been going on with the Disney drama surrounding Snow White 2025, and Zegler's career that is pretty much getting tarnished every single month as more and more studios are deciding to drop her from any kind of a role that she was either signed on for, via by contract, or in the talks with, or in deep conversations for with other studios that no longer want to have any conversations with her as a result of all the drama and the trouble that she caused Disney as a result. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, her latest film is The Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I've said this multiple times. That is a very long title to begin with, and is not a good marketing move, but yes, I understand it comes from the original book title, but whatever have you, there's a lot of things going on between Zegler and Lionsgate behind the scenes. Lionsgate is the one who was responsible for creating the Hunger Games prequel movie, and there's a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of mixed reactions based on the Hunger Games film and where it stands, at least as far as the audience viewpoint. The critic viewpoint so far is not looking too good right now. A lot of official critics are very much, not really pleased with this Hunger Games movie. However, what's even all the more revealing has a lot to do with Rachel Zegler and what's been going on with her and Lionsgate and the heads over at that studio. Now, with Rachel Zegler, of course, currently dealing with backlash related to her Snow White comments still to this day, one major development has to do with her status at Disney and its impact on multiple studios. As it turns out, Rachel Zegler is taking legal action against Lionsgate after they recently and reportedly fired her behind the scenes from additional movies that she was reportedly signed on for via a contract for the new live-action movies that they were about to announce, two of which, to be specific, that would be separate from the Hunger Games itself. This came as a result after all the Disney drama related to Snow White and Zegler's poor PR choices that resulted in her becoming unlikable by the public. Lionsgate has two major movies in early development right now that Zegler was chosen for months ago after she completed the Hunger Games prequel. The main reason why Zegler is now not only making legal advances with the help of her team involving her agent and manager against Lionsgate, but she is also moving forward with this as she believes her getting dropped came as a result under toxic criticism that holds no reason from her Snow White film impacting her career over at Lionsgate. The drama for this has been so large and has been rattling throughout all of Lionsgate behind the scenes that Zegler is doing everything in her power to get her roles reinstated by Lionsgate before they move forward with a full-on recast for both two major movies that are to be announced by early next year. In fact, Lionsgate already reportedly has two recast decisions made for the two movies that Zegler was fired from, though contracts have not been signed as of yet. Now guys, let me just stop here for 1 second before I move on. The thing about Rachel Zegler is that we know that she is quite the insufferable actress, and even as a person, because she does take a lot of things personally on social media. We all saw the things that she put on Twitter before in the past, well before the whole Hunger Games situation and the whole Snow White drama. This was basically an ongoing thing that the studios never really realized of how much of a nightmare it is to work with Rachel Zegler. Now, this is exactly why her PR training has advanced with the Hunger Games prequel. This is why she so far is not saying very dumb things like how she did with Snow White of 2025, which used to be 2024. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that she was let go from Disney movies. She was supposed to be a part of the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot and other live-action movies and even some animated opportunities by Disney that were dropped because of what happened with the Snow White PR disaster. So basically, the reason why Zegler and her team are actually moving forward with these legal advances has a lot to do with the fact that Zegler feels that it's pretty much pretty much on point that she believes that what they did was wrong, based on what she calls a toxic criticism from a toxic fan base, so to speak. from the Snow White movie onto creating a ripple effect against the other studios that now want nothing to do with her, by the way. Now, it goes to show you that Lionsgate, in my opinion, made a bold move, but it was a good move. It's a good choice to get away from Rachel Zegler as fast as you can. Now, we know that The Hunger Games, like I said before, there's people that love this movie. There are others that feel that this movie was just utter trash. Alright, there's a lot of mixed reviews out there. The critics, the official critics so far, are really not liking this. I'm talking about journalists, I'm talking about official critics that have actually gone on camera and talked about this and wrote about this either on different publications online or in paper. There's a lot of things going on with this movie. So when you look at stuff with Rachel Zegler, this could very well be yet the third movie that did not meet box office expectations by the major studio. Moving onwards, however, on top of that, Zegler's complaint also comes from how she believes that it was wrong for Lionsgate to drop her from 2 major movie roles signed by a contract as a result of her getting fired from numerous roles by Disney. Lionsgate, as it turns out, learned about the Disney ordeal internally weeks ago, which led to their ongoing decision to finally drop Zegler from these roles, one of which is going to be a new action thriller, while the other is planned to be a murder mystery film that Lionsgate is working toward, as that is becoming more popular now in the film industry. Now, the decision to drop Zegler based on her becoming overly demanding as well was another factor, with her salary of those films even after signing a contract. Yet Zegler is still pushing against them with legal advances that will make most likely, of course, no leads anywhere. So that's the thing, is that Zegler is really going for something that is so unrealistic, something so outlandish. This is up to the studio. They can do what they want at this point. And sure, contracts sometimes can be very complex and very, shady at sometimes, where you don't really know exactly, what's going on. The actor may not be fully informed about every little nitty-gritty detail in that. So I think that Zegler is a little over her head in this scenario. The fact that she feels that even after signing a contract, that her salary negotiations were treated unfairly as well is another reason why she's advancing with this. Once you sign that contract, that's it. I mean, I don't know why she believes that that could be altered or changed later on, especially for a career like hers that's so early, where she's only really had technically 2 major films, if you even want to call them major films, because they weren't really successful. West Side Story was a box office failure, Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods was a failure as well, and Snow White is destined to become yet another box office disaster. If this movie does not meet expectations, it could very well be 4 movies that she has starred in that did not meet expectations by the studio for the financial status of those films. So that just goes to show you that, Zegler really is box office poison, creates nothing but trouble, and really stirs up a lot of drama behind the scenes for really something that really holds no, foundation to support that. So overall, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.